4. Prepagent vocabulary, a court order which prevents an entity from performing an action, or restrains an entity from continuing an action. What is an injunction? An injunction is a court order to stop someone from performing an act or to restrain them from continuing an act. The permanent right to use another's land for the benefit of a neighboring parcel. What is easement appurtenant? An easement appurtenant is an easement that benefits one parcel of land, known as the dominant tenement, to the detriment of another parcel of land, known as the servient tenement. What is the voluntary relinquishment of rights of ownership or another interest? What is abandonment? Abandonment is the voluntary relinquishment of rights of ownership or another interest, such as an easement, by failure to use the property, coupled with an intent to abandon, give up the interest. The legal right one has to possess land. What is title? When lawyers and other real estate professionals talk about title, they are referring to who has legal ownership and the legal right to use a piece of property. Note: possession is included in the legal bundle of rights. A provision in a mortgage contract that allows the mortgaged real estate to be used as security to borrow additional money. What is open-end clause? An open-end clause is a provision in a mortgage contract that allows the mortgaged real estate to be used as security to borrow additional money. Personal property that is attached to real property and is legally treated as real property. What is fixtures? If an object is physically and permanently attached or fastened to the property, it's considered a fixture. This includes items that have been bolted, screwed, nailed, glued or cemented onto the walls, floors, ceilings or any other part of the home. It has a fixed rate of interest over a period of time. At the end of the period, the borrower must refinance or pay off the remaining balance. What is balloon loan? A balloon loan is a partially amortized loan. It has a fixed rate of interest over a period of time. At the end of the balloon period, the borrower must refinance or pay off the remaining balance. In other words, the entire balance will be due. Improving a structure by changing its plan, characteristics, or function. What is remodeling? Remodeling refers to the redesign of a place. Rehabilitation refers to fixing a place that is either damaged or needs updating. Type of contract where one party, known as the offeror, makes a promise to induce some act, or performance on the part of another. What is unilateral contract? In a unilateral, one-sided, contract, one party, the offeror, makes a promise in exchange for an act by another party, known as the offeree. In a unilateral contract, only the offeror makes a promise. This is different than a bilateral contract where a promise is exchanged for a promise. Applies to 1 to 4 family residential dwellings. It is mainly there to give consumers information when shopping for settlement services. What is RESPA? The Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, RESPA, provides consumers with improved disclosures of settlement costs and to reduce the costs of closing by the elimination of referral fees and kickbacks. RESPA was signed into law in December 1974. And became effective on June 20, 1975. A term popular in urban renewal, referring to a rundown area. What is blighted area? It is a term popular in urban renewal, referring to a rundown area in which houses are vacant or in disrepair. Blighted areas can often be accompanied by crime and low property values. Laches, an equitable doctrine used by the courts to bar a legal claim or prevent the assertion of a right because of undue delay, negligence, or failure to assert. A contract under which, for a consideration, one party agrees to indemnify another for a possible loss under specific conditions is called. What is insurance? Insurance is a contract under which, for consideration, one party, the insurer, agrees to indemnify another, the insured, for a possible loss under specific conditions. This may be for a loss of life, health, property, or property rights. A process that allows a lender to recover the amount owed on a defaulted loan. What is foreclosure? Foreclosure is a process that allows a lender to recover the amount owed on a defaulted loan. Laws enacted to promote free competition by prohibiting agreements to limit competition. In real property businesses, for example, setting a standard commission for all brokers to charge would be a violation. What is antitrust laws? The Sherman Antitrust Act is a federal law that prohibits activities that are considered to be in restraint of trade, forbids any type of price fixing in any industry. In simple terms, this means that if I own an appliance store and you own an appliance store, we can't get together once a month and decide that we are both going to charge the same price for a washing machine. In the real estate world, the industry operates on the principle that discussing fees between brokers is illegal unless the brokers are cooperating on the same deal. Fees may be discussed in-house between brokers, salespeople, and clients. In other cases, the courts determined that local boards of realtors can't dictate, recommend, or publish rate schedules. The Sherman Antitrust Act also has a provision against market allocation that affects real estate professionals. An estate for any fixed period of time. What is estate for years? An estate for years lasts for any fixed period of time. It can also be called a leasehold estate. Leases are considered personal property, which is also known as chattel reel, applied to the nearest dollar of taxable earned income. What is marginal tax rate? Marginal tax rate is applied to the nearest dollar of taxable earned income. The marginal tax rate is the percentage of tax applied to your income for each tax bracket in which you qualify. In essence, the marginal tax rate is the percentage taken from your next dollar of taxable income above a predefined income threshold. A clause in a blanket mortgage which gives the property owner the right to pay off a portion of the indebtedness, thereby freeing a portion of his property from the mortgage. What is release clause? A release clause is a clause in a blanket mortgage which gives the property owner the right to pay off a portion of the indebtedness, thereby freeing a portion of his property from the mortgage. Applied to the nearest dollar of taxable earned income. What is marginal tax rate? A contract, under which there is still to be performance, is known as, what is executor contract? When one or more of the terms of a contract have not been completed, a contract is generally called executory. This means that one or both parties to the contract still have an act to perform. For example, a purchase contract is an executory contract from the time it is signed until closing. Ownership has not yet changed hands, and the seller has not received the purchase price. At closing, after all of the contract terms have been met, the purchase contract is considered executed. Marginal tax rate is applied to the nearest dollar of taxable earned income. The marginal tax rate is the percentage of tax applied to your income for each tax bracket in which you qualify. In essence, the marginal tax rate is the percentage taken from your next dollar of taxable income above a predefined income threshold.